for joining us today. My name's Tanya Chappell, and I need a workout, so I hope you do too. Amber's here with us. She needs a workout. It's hot, muggy, and sweaty out here, but beautiful view. I hope you enjoy it. Today, I am feeling the need for both yoga and Pilates, so I'm going to make it a combination of both classes, taking probably some of the stronger parts out of each of those classes. And we are going to start with Pilates because that's going to get our core nice and warm and strong so that when we move into yoga, then we can just jump right into it. So I wanted to show you guys my ball that my friend Summer did for me. She knows that I love yoga and volleyball, so she created this beautiful ball for me. I used it at the last tournament and turned all the girls multicolored because it was new paint, or I don't know what she uses on there, but anyway, it's beautiful. Thank you, Summer. I love it. So I'm using a ball because when you put the ball between your knees when you're doing Pilates, then it helps you engage your core. You don't have to use the ball. And the ball can be a different size. We use a ring in the class. I'm also using weights. You may want to start with no weights. I like to use the weights because I like to do a little upper body workout at the same time. So we are going to go ahead and get started. It's really hot out here. I'm probably going to sweat up a storm. You might have some boats going by, but don't worry about it. We're going to have a good time. So a couple of things about Pilates I want to remind you is that when I tell you to use your core, and this is the same thing that I say in our yoga class, you're pulling the belly button into the spine, tucking the rib cage, clenching that perineum muscle like you're doing a Kegel exercise. And so that makes your hamstrings, quads, all of that engage. And that's going to create a nice solid core. So I'm going to show you when we get here onto the mat how to adjust your pelvic tilt so that you know you're in neutral spine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with a couple of roll downs just to get it going. Honestly, it's like I said, warm out here, so I'm already kind of warmed up, but we'll do a few roll downs, reaching up high, reach for the sky, deep inhale, and then exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down, and pause. Deep inhale here, and then exhale, rolling all the way back up, one vertebrae at a time, reaching up high, inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, taking your time, rolling all the way back down. Deep inhale, tuck that spine under, roll one vertebrae at a time, all the way back up, reaching up high, one more time. Deep inhale and tuck the chin, roll down one vertebrae at a time. And then rolling all the way back up. Reaching high, one arm at a time, stretching into the side of the body. We got some boat traffic happening all at once, so all right, let's go ahead and make our way down to the mat. So, pelvic tilt. The way that you know that you're in a neutral spine is you want to tilt that pelvis up and notice how the back imprints into the mat, and then tilt it down, and now you have this gap underneath the spine. So let's do that a couple of times. Tilting up, tilting it down. Those are the extremes, and that's not what you want. You want it right in the center. So once you find those extremes up and down, come right into the center. That's neutral spine, and that's what you want to hold throughout the class. As I mentioned before, the ball really helps hold you in neutral spine. So by squeezing the ball, you're really engaging that lower half of the body, and that's going to help hold you in the neutral spine. So we're going to go ahead and let's get started with the Pilates 100. So we're going to tuck the chin, lift the shoulders off of the mat, stack the head on top of the shoulders. You can keep your knees bent. You can make it a little more challenging by having them up here, even more challenging having them up here. We don't need the ball for this, but I can tell it sure helps, so why not, right? So we're going to go ahead and go into the Pilates 100. Deep inhale, tuck the chin, stack the head on the shoulders, move your feet where you want them to be, and we're pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep pumping. Pull that belly button into the spine. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12, 2, 3, 4, 5. 13, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to quit counting. It's getting kind of hard. I'll count to myself. Use that breath in the nose, out the mouth in Pilates. And 2 more. And rolling back down. You might want to bring the legs in for a nice little stretch. And let's go ahead and lengthen the legs out long. Reach each arm up to the sky, or not to the sky, just for the wall in front. Nice little stretch in the obliques. All right, bringing the ball right back between the knees. We're going to start with some roll-ups. So again, squeezing that ball is going to aid you in this pose. So stack, pulling the head right over the shoulders, you're tucking that chin. You may stop right here. This may be your roll-up. You don't have to come all the way up. That usually comes later once your core is tight. And also, if when you roll up, your feet kind of pop off the mat a little bit, it's not the goal, right? But we're all just kind of strengthening our bodies at the same time. Not everybody's perfect. So don't get overly concerned if you have a little bit of a pop, but you don't want to be like really forcing yourself to come up. If you have to do that, you should stay and just let this be your roll up. All right, so we're going to start without any weight, bringing the arms over the head, tuck the chin, lift the shoulders, stack the head on the shoulders, and then kind of hinge at the waist, coming all the way up, reaching up high. Exhale forcefully out the mouth. We're going to do anywhere from 8 to 12. So the breath work, there's no magic. I have to breathe in here. I have to breathe out here. Just breathe in and out. I feel like every time it's stressful, I'm going to push that air out. All right, so that's 6. You got 2 more if you're going to 8. can join me to 12. Squeeze that ball. It's going to help aid you getting your core strong and engaged to help you roll back down. All right, we got 2 more, and then we're going to add the bar or the hand weights, whichever you got. You can tell I'm struggling. I haven't been doing Pilates like I need to, which is why I'm here now. It forces me to do it. All right. Getting your weights ready, lift them over the head, tuck the chin, and roll up. If my goal was to sweat, I'm definitely achieving that. This humidity is just rolling off of me. It's not hot yoga, it's hot Pilates. That was 8. You can stop there. Or let's do 4 more. I find that actually adding the weights makes the curl up easier because you kind of have a little bit of a leverage there, but it sure is nice to get that shoulder workout in at the same time. This low pressure system has made all the anchors in my shoulders from all of the surgeries really ache and ache. So the workout definitely is needed. This is our last one. All right, coming all the way down. You want to take a little bit of a break. You might want to remove the ball and do a nice stretch again. Reaching in opposition, arms and legs. Don't want to lose my ball. Okay. Ball comes right back between the legs. We're going to go into obliques with bent knees. Right hand's high, left, well, let me switch this so you can see. We'll take the left hand high and then the right arm low, and you're grounding kind of into the shoulder, the elbow. You don't want to put a lot of stress on it. It's just an aid. So again, tuck the chin, roll up and reach, and then rolling all the way back down. Again, 8 to 12 of these. I need to check the phone and plug my battery in. You guys keep going. I will catch up. Where are we at, Amber? 8, okay. Really reach. You want to increase your range of motion. That's one of the things that Pilates is really good for, is lengthening and strengthening the body. All right, get you a little stretch, take a break. I'm gonna do a couple more, and then we'll move to the other side. All right, let's go to the other side. We got the right arm up, left arm down. Tuck the chin, roll the spine. I'm going for 4 more. And being I can't count and think sometimes at the same time, I guess I'll do 1 more. I think that's it. All right, let's give a little stretch. And then we're gonna add the weights or the bar. So we've got where are we going here? We've got the left arm high, right arm low. Grab your weight, tuck your chin, rolling up, stretch. All the lotus cicadas are providing their own music for us. You never really realize how loud they are until I listen to some of these videos. Where are we at, Ember? Do you know? You're done. Was that 8? It was 12? It feels great. It does. It feels great to be exercising. Why do I procrastinate on this? All right, here we go. Other side. You got 1 more if you're going to 8, or join us to 12. Remember, you're squeezing that ball. Use that forceful exhale to release the stress that you're causing in the body. It makes it a lot easier to move through the movements. When you hold your breath, you're building up more tension in the body. And 1 more. Who knows what number that is? All right, let's go ahead and have a nice stretch. Okay, bringing the ball right back between the knees. We're gonna do some bridging, and then we're gonna squeeze the ball, getting those glutes nice and worked out. So tilt that tailbone up and slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, coming onto the shoulders, not the neck. And then let's just pulse to begin with. You're squeezing the ball, but right now you're just kind of holding the ball here. You're not actually going to put too much squeezing. That's going to come next. Let's just pulse up. And then rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's go ahead and pull the knees in. The breath work may seem silly, but it's really effective, not only in releasing the tension that you're building as you're building it, but also in just calming the body and really centering yourself. All right, let's do it again. This time, as we pulse up, squeeze in at the same time. We're doing 25. Tuck the tailbone, roll all the way up. Squeeze and pulse. And rolling down. Maybe pull the knees in for a minute, a second. And let's do it again. I think we'll do 2 more sets of these. Rolling all the way up. And squeeze and pulse. So you're now squeezing that ball pretty hard and pulsing up. And rolling it right back down. Pull the knees in, and then we're going to do the last one. Deep inhale, tuck the tailbone, roll all the way up, squeeze and pulse. And rolling all the way back down. Again, bringing the knees in, nice little stretch. So we're getting ready to do roll-ups again with the legs out long. We won't be using the ball for this, but I did want to mention that if you guys actually watch the videos, like the videos, or want to see more of them, give me a shout out, because the reason why we're doing this today is for Marcy. Marcy's like, Tanya, I'm still at home. When are you going to put some more videos on? So thank you, Marcy. And I hate to admit that, I'm not getting my workouts in as regularly as I would like to either. So let's do it together. And obviously, if it doesn't seem like anybody needs them, I'm not going to bother doing them. I might do them on my own. So it's always a struggle, whether you need them, whether I put it out there or not. And I do like to work out on my own, so I'm happy to continue to do that. But if you guys like watching them, make sure and let me know, and that'll motivate me a little bit more to put more out there. So we're going to go ahead and do roll-ups with straight legs. So you don't need the ball for this. Again, tuck the chin, arms are overhead. You're rolling up. When you get here, it's kind of difficult. You can stay right here, but if you picture yourself hinging at the hips, it makes that roll up better. Now you could reach the arms up in extension or come into a C, which obviously is a little bit more strenuous on the body, so it's more challenging to come into that C. But if your back doesn't like it, then you're going to be right here. And then you're rolling all the way back down. Deep inhale, tuck the chin, stack the shoulders, and then come into your C. And each time you're reaching further past your toes, increasing that range of motion. So again, we're lengthening and stretching. If I had to pick only 2 exercises to do in my life, it would be yoga and Pilates. Although my arthritic knee tends to say, wait, need to happen. But I'm hoping by increasing the yoga workout and the warrior poses and crescent poses that I'll be strengthening that knee so the arthritis doesn't hurt as much. feel myself inching forward on the mat. Feeling my range of motion increasing, able to get a little bit deeper in that forward fold here. If I was looking for more challenge, I would reach out further past the feet. All right, I think we probably have about 2 more here, and then we will add the weights if you would like. And then lowering 1 vertebrae at a time. All right, we're gonna add the weights. And again, you don't have to add weight. Reaching out past the feet, more challenging. Reaching up, a little bit easier. More if you're going to 8. Again, I keep scooching forward. Back down. Nice stretch. Reaching arms and legs in opposition. We're going to be moving into obliques with straight legs. I'm not sure why I left my hand weights down there. So let's start with the left arm high, right arm low. Tuck the chin, peel the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. And back down. Deep inhale, exhale. Forcefully through the mouth, through pursed lips. We have 1 more if we're going to 8, or join us to 12. Oh, what a nice breeze. All right, switching sides. Right arm comes up, left arm down, tuck the chin, stack the spine. This is 8. All right. Nice stretch. Get you a little water before we move on to the next segment. Let me think about what I want to do here. All right. Maybe pull the knees into the spine a little. Okay, so next we're going to start working on some of the low body with the legs. We're going to do some frog and scissors. Funky names, right? So frog legs, snow angel arms. That's where we're going next with this. And I'm just going to demonstrate it because it's kind of hard to explain and talk through it. But again, you have your knees right here. Like if your arms are in goalposts, you don't want the knees coming up. Again, you're not tilting that pelvis. So the knees are just level right here, and then you're going to, as you roll up, you're going to bring the arms down and around and straighten the legs. So you don't have to curl all the way up if you don't want to, but of course that adds more challenge. So deep inhale, and then roll it back down. For 8. 4 more for 12. Yeah, rolling it back down. Get a little stretch. I like to reach for the foot and get a nice quad stretch, and that also stretches all the way up through the obliques and the front of the abs. Alrighty, let's move on to scissors. So with your heels pressed up to the sky, that means your foot is not pointed, but it's flexed. We're just going to open and close to get the legs ready. So maybe flex, open, point, close. Alright, now we're going to incorporate the roll up with this, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So arms are overhead, legs are open. similar to the snow angel arms, you're coming down and going up. I didn't go up very far, did I? I guess I'm stopping at 8. Keep going to 12 if you would like. All right. So again, the legs are up and over, up. Now we're going to do single leg stretch. So take the right leg towards you and the left leg comes down to the mat. We're just stretching. Flex and point a few times. And then we're going to switch it. Again, we're just stretching right now, warming up for the next segment. Flex and point. All right. Bringing the right leg up, we're going to roll up. And then as the leg comes down, the arms go back overhead. Lowering on that side, maybe taking a stretch or two, and then we'll go to the other side. Left leg comes up. Arms overhead. We're just crunching up to that left leg. I realize I'm not lowering my leg. Let's give a stretch. Next we're going to alternate. So we'll be kind of scissoring the legs this way. Starting with the right leg up. And then when you lower, the left leg comes up. And then right leg. So you're alternating. Going to 10, 2 more. You can go to 12. I'm going to stretch this out. Oh my goodness, I can tell it's been so long since I've done that. I can barely curl up. Normally I'd be curling all the way up. We do what we can. It doesn't take long though. I mean, it seems like it only takes 4 classes to kind of get my core back strong enough to where I'm actually rolling all the way up when I'm doing those alternating legs. We're going to start now with the left leg up. So, used to be able to get up here, right? Maybe again soon. We got the left leg up, rolling down. stretch that out. And then we're gonna add the weights, and the weights actually make it a little bit easier in some ways. Easier for the crunch, a little more challenge for the shoulders and the arms. All right, getting your weights ready. We're gonna take the right leg up, curling up, and then alternate. Left leg comes up, arms go down. All right, and bring the knees in. I wonder if those buzzards up there are circling for me. Maybe circle the knees, massage that lower sacrum. All right, we're gonna move to the other side. Left leg high, reaching, curling up, alternating. All right, that's 8. You keep on going to 12. Nice little stretch. Let's do open leg rocker. I love this one on the spine. So go ahead and pull the knees into the spine to begin with. Tuck the chin and just roll up, holding the knees. So with open leg rocker, you want to try to hold on to these legs here so that you're not kind of flailing all over the place, but sometimes the knees or the legs may pop out a little bit. Again, we're not perfect, right? We're just aiming to kind of get a good workout in, so no criticisms. So after we roll back and you roll back up, you could stay here or you could come out into a V. You could come out just to here. So there's some options, whatever you want to do. Deep inhale. That's open leg V. Straight leg V. Or tabletop. One more. All right. Maybe a little forward fold. And let's come into our side lying series. Again, this is kind of a hybrid of the 2 classes, so I'm just gonna keep moving through some of the areas that I feel like are a little bit more challenging. Nothing like jumping right in, right? All right, coming into the side lying series, stacking the hips. You're just gonna take your big toe, draw a line along the leg, kick it up, and then flex with your heel coming down. Draw a line up, straighten the leg, point the toes, and then flex, heel draws the leg down. That's 2, let's do 12. knee doesn't like this. Interesting. All right. So I'm gonna stop that. You might want to do a few more. I did get my MRI back and nothing but old age happening here, a little arthritis. All right, so next we are going to lift the right leg and then take the left leg to meet the right. Okie dokie. Now let's take this ball, put it between the calves, coming back onto the side. You can be up on the elbow. Don't drop into the shoulder. Stay high or come all the way down. Legs are straight. For this one, I'm sorry, yes, let's do come up here. And then you're kind of hinging back onto the thigh that is on the mat. Losing my ball. All right, that was 12. Keep going if you want to do 14. And we're going to go ahead and roll over to the other side. I just noticed there is a bird on my tree. I never noticed that. Nice little dove. Okay, so we are going to draw a line up, point, and flex down. Two more. All right. And again, coming up onto the elbow, don't sink into the shoulder. We're going to take this left leg up and then take the one on the ground to meet it. You can hold it if you need to. A little more challenging not to. That's 12. Keep going if you want to do 15. Let's do a little stretching when you're done. We're going to take this top leg back, top arm forward. Nice little stretch. Okay, now we're adding the ball between the calves. Coming up, rolling over to that right hip. I can only get to 12. You go right ahead to 15. Give that little stretch in. All right. being I'm making this up as we go along, I think I'm done with all of that. Let's go ahead and start moving into some yoga. Get you some water. I'm going to change my mat direction. Wow, that does feel pretty good. It's great to get a little workout in, isn't it? All right. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? All right. Are we ready? I know what I want to do. I want to do all the really hard stuff that I do in my regular yoga class. And it's not really hard. If you don't want to make it hard, you can make it a little less challenging. It's always up to you. However long you want to hold it or however deep you want to get with it determines the level of intensity. So we're actually going to make our way back down to the mat. Let's do a forward fold to get there. Lead with your heart. This time a flat back. Coming all the way down. Nice forward fold. And then let's walk it out into a down dog. Bend the knees, pedal the feet a little bit, loosening up in the back of the legs. We don't need any warm up, being we've done all of that warming up of the core. So let's ground into the right foot, left foot to the sky, one-legged down dog, twisted down dog, hover plank, knee to elbow. And remember, if you don't want to do the one-legged down dog, you can stay in down dog and just move into tabletop. All right, that's 3. I'm going to do 2 more. And back to down dog. Go ahead and sink down, deepen your dog. You're sinking down into the chest, lift the tailbone to the sky. Move to the other side, ground into the left foot, right foot high. Bend the knee, twisted down dog. Hover plank, knee to elbow. Right knee doesn't like bending anymore. Better do some weights. More. Stepping back to down dog. Sinking to the knees. Back to child's pose. Circle the wrists, loosen up the fluid in the wrists. Oh, a little bit of a breeze. All right, back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, back to down dog. Sink down deeper each time with the heels, with the chest, and tilt the tailbone high. Ground into the right foot, left foot high, and the knee, twisted down dog. Hover plank. Step through with the left foot. They're teasing me out there, being on the water so early. Press the right heel to the back wall. Stack that left knee over the left ankle. Stay here or ground into the right hand and take the left hand to the sky. So in yoga, we're breathing in and out of the nose. Deep inhale through the nose. Elongate your exhale out the nose. So try to make that exhale twice as long as the inhale. Take this left hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it around the back. So make sure you're not collapsing into the right shoulder. You want to protract away in that right shoulder. Release that hand to the floor and release the right knee down to the mat. Grip the mat with your toes, engage your core, sweep the arms back and up, and then sink down into your low lunge. The more you bend that knee, the more you're going to get a deep stretch in that hip flexor. Arms are overhead, but pull the shoulder blades down the back. Stay here or steeple the fingers, reach for the back of the room. Hands come to the mat, straighten the left leg, crown of the head to the knee. And let's move through that again. Sweeping the arms back and up. I did not get my really thick mat out of the car, and my knee is feeling it. And then hands come down, come back onto the ball of the right foot. We're stepping back to plank. From plank, you can lower knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. So you would lower knees, chest, chin, and push into cobra. Pull the elbows in, pull the shoulders down, lift the chest. I'll show you the alternative, a little more challenging, to lower all the way down into chaturanga and push up dog. Oh, look at you. And then drop to the knees, pressing back to child's pose. Thank you, Amber. Oh, thank you, Amber. That's so much better. All right. Pressing back into tabletop, tuck the toes, and you're back into down dog. Wow, this one's not all slippery and wet. Let's ground into the left foot, right foot to the sky. One-legged down dog to twisted down dog. Hover plank. Step through with the right foot. Long lunge, pressing that left foot to the back wall. Stack the knee over the right ankle. Stay where you are or ground into this left hand and take the right hand to the sky. Stack your shoulder alignment by pulling that right shoulder behind you. Square the chest to the side wall. Stay here or draw a line down the wall. Wrap it around the back. Looking out over that right shoulder. Couple of nice long deep breaths in and out of the nose. Get out of that shoulder. Don't sink down into that left shoulder. Unwind. Take this right hand to the mat, drop the left knee down, grip the mat, engage the core. Sweeping the arms behind you, up to the sky. Bend that right knee and get deep into that left hip flexor. You could stay here with the shoulder blades pulled down the back, or steeple the fingers. Reach for the back of the room. Hands come down to the mat, straighten that leg, crown of the head to the knee. And bending the knee, sweeping the arms all the way back up. Steeple fingers, reach for the back of the room. Breathe, never holding the breath. That just traps the energy in the body, makes it harder. And then hands to the mat. Come onto the ball of that left foot. Back to your plank. Lower chaturanga. And push-up dog. Get out of the shoulders. Lift the chest. Get those knees off the mat. Chin to the sky. And drop to the knees. Child's pose. And tabletop to down dog. Ground into the right foot, left foot high. Twisted down dog. Hover plank. Step through with the left foot. You're in your long lunge. We're going to move from here into crescent pose. So grounding deeply into the left foot, reach behind you, and then sweeping your arms all the way up to the sky. I'm a little unsteady here. All right. Steepling the fingers if you would like, or keeping the arms open, shoulder blades pull down the back. You want to have your hips square to the front of the room. This left knee is bent. Chest square to the front of the room. You're staying here or steepling the fingers. Breathe. Hands in a prayer, hinge forward. Let's take this right elbow to the left knee and pull the left shoulder behind you. And breathe. Coming back to center, arms are in the air. And then hands to the mat. Back to plank, lower chaturanga, push-up dog. Strong up dog. Get out of the thighs, get out of the knees. Lift the chest. Drop to the knees, child's pose. And moving to the other side, tabletop, down dog. Ground into the left foot, right foot, one-legged down dog. Twisted down dog. Hover plank. Step through with the right foot, long lunge. Reach the arms behind you and then sweeping them up. Square the chest and the hips to the side wall. Pull the shoulder blades down the back or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. And breathe. Bringing the hands in front of you, hinge forward. Left elbow to the right knee. Pull that right shoulder behind you. Square the chest to the side wall. And then coming back to center, arms to the sky, and then to the mat. Stepping back to plank, lower chaturanga, push-up dog. And drop to the knees, back to child's pose. And then coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, press back to down dog. Look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, hop or step to the front of the mat, forward fold. Your palms can be rested on the mat, on your legs, on your shin, or clasp the elbows and hang in ragdoll. Maybe shake your head, yes, no, or I have no idea. release the elbows. Sweeping the arms behind you, bend the knees, clasp the fingers, set the palms on your sacrum or press them to the sky for a shoulder opener. Now tilt the tailbone up to the sky. Feel a deeper stretch down into the hamstrings. And then release the hands, sweeping them along the floor, up the wall, to the sky. Sit back in chair pose. Anybody that takes my class knows how much I hate chair pose. Hate chair pose. Love it. Right? Arms right up next to the ears. Get that chest lifted. You need to be able to see your toes. So that means you got to push that rump back a little further. 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths here. In and out the nose. And straighten the legs, bring the arms down, around, into prayer, close the eyes. And open the eyes. All right, we're doing pretty good. We're gonna be wrapping this up not too long, but we got a couple more challenging things to do left. So we're gonna start at the front of the mat, coming into your strong mountain pose, Tadasana pose. Feet are gripping the mat, all the muscles are gripping the bones, chest lifted and shoulders pulled down. Find a focus point on something that is not moving, ground into the right foot, and lift the left leg. So you're bending the left knee, balancing fully on this right leg. You're gonna bend that right knee slightly, hinge forward, and step back, finding your footing, sweeping your arms behind you, back up to crescent pose. We're only gonna be in crescent for a minute, then we're gonna swivel out to warrior. So go ahead and get deep in this crescent pose. See if you can get that right quad parallel with the floor. Words escape me sometimes. All right, so we're gonna swivel into warrior by taking the left heel down to the mat, coming out into a T. You gotta take this right foot, walk it in until the right heel aligns with your left arch. And then deepen your warrior. Walk those toes out, get a little deeper. Square to the side of the mat. 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths. So if this is your first class, the Ujjayi ocean breath is you're feeling the low belly full of air first, bringing it into the mid belly, into the upper chest, pause, exhale upper chest, mid belly, low belly, while you're engaging the back of the throat and making the ocean sound in the back of the throat. Every exhale, softening and deepening the pose. Take this left hand, wrap it around the back. Right hand to the sky, reverse warrior. Reach for the wall behind you. Generous bend in the right knee. Deep stretch all the way down into the obliques. Really reach this right arm long, growing in the right side of the body. Breathing into the right side of the body. Take the right forearm to the right knee, left hand to the sky, then to the wall in front, and rotate that left shoulder behind you. Bend your right knee more, grow the left arm longer. And breathe. And then pressing back to your warrior 2 for a moment. Let's straighten the right leg. We're gonna move into triangle. I'm gonna shorten my stance because I get kind of long in my warrior. My triangle doesn't like it. Back to a T. Reach your fingertips as far as you can. Try and get the torso parallel with the floor before you windmill the arms around. The right hand can rest on the leg if you need the support. Otherwise, challenge yourself, have it rested right beside, and actively reach with the left fingertips to the sky. Take the left hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it around the back. Looking out over the left shoulder. There's a big old log and tree coming by, floating on by here in a few minutes. Release this left hand, bringing it towards the mat, onto the floor, a few feet away. You're going to ground into the left hand, and then take the right hand up to the sky. Revolve triangle. Little deeper twist if you bring the hand closer to the foot. Want to see that log float by. Here it comes. That's a pretty big one. All right, right hand comes down to meet the left hand, point the feet towards the hands. We're going to walk out, move into a wide-legged down dog. Keep the hips stacked over the ankles, and you're just walking out with the hands and sinking down into the chest. There it goes. And then walking the hands back in, bend the knees, pull the heels into the body, left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee, moving into squat. We have sturgeon that jump out here, or that are in the river, and they're pretty big. I've seen one as big as Jeff, and he's like 6'5". No lie, huge. All right, sink down into the middle, into your squat. Bend the right knee, lunge to the right, hands come in the air. And then coming back to the center, find your edge. And move away, left lunge. We're just gonna do this a few times. Each time increase your range of motion, deepen that squat. Let's do one more each side. Pressing back into your T. Let's move the feet back to the warrior two. Bend the right knee. Wow, right knee doesn't like bending. And windmill. Runner's lunge. Step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Push-up dog. Get out of the shoulders. And drop the knees. Child's pose. And back to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Back to down dog. We're going to do it all again on the other side. Bend the knees. Hop or step to the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Bend the knees, set the torso on the lap and reach behind you and clasp your hands. Leave them on the sacrum or press them to the sky. Tilt the tailbone to the sky. And then release the hands, sweeping them along the floor up to the sky. Sit back in chair. Lovely chair. Start working on getting those arms straight up. Lift the chest. Sit back in the rep. 4 Ujjayi, ocean breaths. Straighten the legs, bring the arms down, around into prayer, and close the eyes. Scan the body with your mind's eye. Notice the heart rate. Let's bring the heart rate down with 4 more slow and deep Ujjayi ocean breaths. All right, opening the eyes, moving to the other side. Coming back to the front of the mat for your Tadasana pose. Ground into that left foot, bend the right knee, and then slowly lift the right knee, fully supported on that left leg. Bend the left knee, hinge forward. Step back, find your footing, sweep your arms behind you, up to the sky. Crescent pose, get deep into your crescent pose. We'll only be here for a little bit. Steeple the fingers, reach for the back of the room. Bend that left knee, get a little deeper. Hands in front of you into prayer, hinge forward. Right elbow, left knee, pull the left shoulder behind you. And then coming back to center, reaching high. Swivel out to your warrior two. Walk that left foot over so your left heel aligns with the right arch. And bend that left knee. Get deep into your warrior. Take the right hand behind you. Left hand to the sky and then to the wall behind you. Reverse warrior. Breathe into the left side of the body. Generous bend in that left knee, and then grow the left arm longer. And breathe. Left forearm to the left knee, right hand to the sky, then to the wall in front. Rotate the right shoulder behind you. Grow this right arm longer. Bend that left knee. Bring the stretch down into your obliques. And then pressing back to your warrior two, moving into triangle. Shorten your stance if you want by walking the foot in. And then back into your T. Reach with the left hand. Bring the torso parallel with the floor, and then windmill the arms around. Actively reach with the right fingers. You can rest this left hand on the leg if you need to, or challenge yourself by having it just rest beside the leg. Take the right hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it around the back, and look out over the right shoulder. And then release the right hand, bringing it towards the floor. Ground into the right hand. Take the left hand to the sky. Revolve triangle. Left hand comes to meet the right. Point the toes to the hands. Keep the hips over the heels, walk the arms out, sink down into your armpits, into the chest, and tilt the tailbone to the sky. Wide-legged down dog. Walking the hands back to the center. Pull the heels into the body, bend the knees, left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Pull the shoulders over the hips, come down into your squat. Tilt that tailbone forward. Align the shoulders again over the hips. And come into your deepest center squat. Bend the right knee, lunge to the right. And back to the center. You're moving back and forth. Use your breath. Nice, long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. time, find that edge and then push away. Increasing that range of motion. One more each side. And then bringing the hands back into a T. Bring your feet to your warrior two. Windmill the hands to the mat. Runner's lunge. Walk that leg back underneath the shoulder, then step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Push-up dog. And drop to the knees, child's pose. And coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, back to down dog. Look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, hop or step to the front of the mat. Forward fold, and reverse swan dive. Lead with your heart flat back, arms to the sky, and then hands into prayer. And close the eyes. And scan the body. Let's bring the heart rate down with 4 Ujjayi ocean breaths. And open the eyes. All right. Believe it or not, we're going to wrap this up here soon. But I do want to do a quick tree and dancer, because I love how it helps my body alignment. So starting in Tadasana at the front of the mat. I'm gonna move back a little. Let's go ahead and do tree. So ground into this right leg and kickstand that left heel onto the right ankle. This is tree. You could stay right here. We're gonna progress further for more challenge. So put the sole of the foot onto the calf, or if you can bring the sole of the foot, all the way up into the thigh. You can press the thigh into the foot, foot into the thigh. Nice little counterbalance there. Hands can be up and expressive. You could be open. You could steeple the fingers. Work in a back bend here. Or more of a challenge. Reach for that left knee. Or even more, reach for the foot. And bringing it out to the side. And breathe. And whenever you're ready, we're rolling that out and moving to the other side. Again, mountain pose. Kickstand the right heel. Move wherever you want to go in your tree, or follow me slowly into mine. Let's see, this is knee bend very well. Push that heel into the thigh, thigh into the heel. A little more challenging, one leg, or even more, straightening the leg. All right, last one before we bring it to the mat and wrap this up. Dancer pose. Okay, back to your mountain pose. Let's take this right hand up, left hand out, ground into this right foot, bend the left knee, and then reach behind you and clasp your inside of your left foot at the arch. And then push the foot into the hand and pull the hand and the foot up behind you. So your goal is not to hinge forward. The goal is to get that leg up behind you, but it does naturally make you hinge forward. This is a great shoulder opener as well. Shake it out when you're done. Sorry, got hair. Okay, move to the other side. Left hand up, right hand out, bend the knee, reach for the instep of the foot. Woo, cramp. All right, square the feet off, or the knees off, and stay here if you would like. Slowly working further into it, push the foot into the hand and pull that hand up behind you. And release when you're ready. Roll them shoulders out. All right. We made it. This was my first combo Pilates yoga class. We're going to take a Shavasana. If you have time to join us and do it with us, feel free. I'm going to go with a swan dive down, reaching high, flat back, hinge forward, hands to the mat, and then I'm just going to go ahead and come down to the knees and sit back. Nothing graceful about that. Moving into corpse pose. We worked at that core, so now you should be able to engage your core and feel each vertebrae setting down one at a time. Let's go ahead and do a hip sway while we're here. Bringing the knees to the tabletop, arms are out into a T. Lower the legs over to the left and ground into that right shoulder. Looking out over the right shoulder. Let's return to our breathing. Nice inhales through the nose, energizing the body. Lengthen your exhales out the nose to relax the body and to lower the heart rate. If this is too deep of a twist, lower your knees closer to your feet. Moving to the other side, arms are in a T, knees come back to the center, and then slowly lowering to the right, grounding into the left shoulder. You can use the right hand to press the knees deeper. And breathe. And then coming back to center. Lowering the feet to the mat, lengthen the legs. Bringing the arms down to rest beside you. Palms can be up or down. Walk the shoulders away from the ears. Walk the hips away from the low back. Rock the head side to side till you find your natural center. And then closing your eyes, let's start moving back into your Ujjayi ocean breath, filling the low belly like a balloon, into the mid belly, into the upper chest, pause. Notice how it feels to be full of air. Exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly, blowing all that air out. And again, pause to notice how it feels to have no air. Continue with the three-part breath. Engage the back of the throat, making that ocean sound, or like you're fogging a mirror. Deep three-part ocean breaths in and out the nose. Nostril breathing is scientifically proven to increase memory and focus. Also, much easier to come within and connect with that deeper intuitive self when you're breathing in and out of the nose. Every exhale working to be longer than the last. Don't get antsy. We're only going to have about 3 or 4 minutes of this. Take the time, honor yourself by being fully present with your breath for these last 4 minutes. Very normal for the mind to start wandering and chattering and working on its to-do list. It job to think, after all. It is your job to use your willpower to focus on the breath so that you can quiet the mind of the chattering thoughts and connect with that deeper intuitive self that guides us when you allow it to. It's only when you practice focusing on the breath can it become second nature to you so that you can recall it when you need it in times of stress. Every time the mind starts to chatter, just acknowledge that it has, and maybe acknowledge what it's been thinking, and make an agreement to get back to it after class, and redirect the focus right back to the breath, breathing a louder and deeper ocean breath to captivate that mind's attention. Finish this up with 5 of your deepest, longest Ujjayi breaths yet. Slowly wiggling the fingers and the toes, take your time and roll over to your favorite side. And once there, take a moment. Scan the body. Notice how your mind is feeling. Notice your heart rate. Notice how the body feels. It's my wish for you that you're feeling much more energized and powerful, but relaxed and calm and at peace, pushing yourself up into a seated position, bringing the hands into prayer. The prayer position symbolizes a reverence for life as we face each day and each situation as a gift of grace, and we do our part to raise that situation by first raising our own vibration. That vibration penetrates 6 feet out all around you, so it will raise the vibration of anybody that comes into contact with you. Remembering to practice yoga off the mat by just doing some breath work, 5 minutes a day of breath work. So we're getting in the practice with the chant of Om as a connection of the mind to the body and the spirit. Deep inhale. Om Shanti. Om peace. Namaste, guys. Namaste, Ember. Thanks, guys. Thanks for practicing with me. I hope you get some use out of these videos. If you have any questions or anything else that you want to work on, message me. If you watch the video, let me know. Give me a like or something, and I'll know that you would like to see more of them. I can say that, it gets so hot and rainy rainy towards this time of the afternoon that I am going to start trying to do my live deck classes probably around 8 a.m. So I like to do a little morning meditation, and it's so convenient to just go right into the yoga practice after that. And so I think that you'll see me bright and early if you're up. Otherwise, you can just check it out on video later. Thanks, guys. Namaste. Have a great weekend.